happening, y'all? That is the Crooked Road to Dublin. There are a lot of ways to get to Dublin, it seems. There's the Rocky Road, the Crooked Road, the Tar Road, I believe. This one is the Crooked Road, and it came up in a set that I'm putting together with the band, and it was a second tune in the set, and I thought it'd be a cool one to break down because there's a lot of good roll opportunities. It's a fairly simple melody, fairly repetitive melody. Let's break it down. Here's the A part, fairly repetitive straight away. A lot of G's, like I said, a lot of G's in a row. Then there's a bit of a turn, and it really just repeats that whole section. So from that D that we finished on, and then back around to do the whole thing. So I'll play the whole section back to back, AA. Just play along, see if you can. So here we go. Now we're into the B part. And the B part spends a lot of time in the second octave, as is fairly common. Here's the beginning of that. Hopefully your ears aren't bleeding too badly. I should have mentioned this before, but feel free to drop it down the octave while you're practicing if that helps, just from a sonic perspective. I'm going to play it up the octave so we know what we're talking about as far as the notes and what we're on the same page about. Anyway, the second half of the B part starts basically the same way that the A part does, but as you might expect, the ending is a little bit different. Here we go. And then that has the same sort of turnaround that you do to get back to the A part. So we finished. Those last three notes carry you back around to redo the tune. So on the A part, we've got a lot of back-to-back G's, which should be telling you hopefully by now that that's a good spot for rolls. So basic melody for the A part to refresh our memory. Basic idea there. Instead of that, we could play. I'm just doing short rolls there. You might think you want to play. It doesn't really fit that groove for this tune. Maybe you could work a way in to make it work, but I like the short roll there. And I would start the phrase sliding into that. It's kind of a cool, dirty way to start this tune. And I'll cut that first, again, just to really accent that. Still short rolls there. My very favorite ornament, the triplet. You'll find I'm going to use that a lot in this tune because there's a lot of just good opportunities for it going up from the lower octave to the second octave D. And then I'm just tonguing to get those back-to-back notes. As I come back down and hit that G again, I'm doing that sort of crossing noise, slidey thing. Or just sort of bounce off of that note a little bit very quickly just to give it a sort of an extra bonus grace note there. Nothing particular there except I'll do that double tap. Sometimes I'll cut the note before that, my highest note in the phrase concept that I've harped on a fair bit. And then after I cut that, double tap on the F sharp. Nothing there really except landing on the G, the crossing noise that I mentioned before. It's fun to throw in some of those phrasing stops in this tune because it is so repetitive and such, like, you could almost write out like a long wavy line of G's to start this tune. So rather than just a stream of consciousness of G's, adding in some of those extra stops to spark up the phrasing a little bit, I think, is sort of a fun challenge with this tune because it's so repetitive. Second octave ornaments, I'm going to mention this again. Always be a little bit more cautious, I would say, in the second octave, just because you run a greater risk of breaking the note. There I'm just doing simple cuts and a couple of quick short rolls. Nothing too spectacular there, finishing the phrase with a slide. Sorry. As I come back down and I hit that E, I'll throw in that, I don't know what we call that, an extra earthquake ornament there as I land that, bouncing that top finger off. If I do it quick enough, it's subtle and it just accents that note just a little bit. I think it's an unusual beat to accent, which is why I like doing it. So then carrying on. On that walk down phrase, all I'm really doing is cutting the highest note, as if you imagine it like a set of stairs. As I go down each stair, hit that plateau, I'll accent that one with a cut. And then that walk down phrase is the same as I finish the A part, or that turn in the A part. Nothing really more exciting than a slide, just to round that out. And then back around. Hopefully you guys dig this tune. I think it's a cool one. It's one of those that's deceptively simple, I would say, because it is so repetitive, but there's a lot of room for messing around with it, I think. And it goes great in a set. It's going to be a good middle tune in a set, I hope. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.